What's up? Eric, working on the e12 here. So I'm still waiting on all the bulbs to put the dash together. So hopefully that'll be here today, but I'm having to move on to work on other things. So today is I switched out the electric windows to manual. So if anybody else is interested in this, all I had to do was there's just the regulator. So here's the electric window regulator, and it even has the window slide, which comes off. You don't even need that. So basically you just need what I'm showing there in the picture. This is obviously the electric part, but you just need the manual part. So switched it all over to manual. So now it's just old school. When I bought this car, that was actually one of the known issues, was that the rear windows didn't work, rear electric windows didn't work. Funny enough, the driver's side did. It was just the passenger side that didn't work. So that was not a big deal for me because I knew I was going to tear all this apart. What was I going to show you? So if you do the manual window, your door cards will actually work too, because it has, see that round punch out? So that's where your window roller up would go. You'd have to do something about your electric window hole. So you could figure out something with that. But if you wanted to do manual windows like this, just punch out that hole. You need that regulator. You need the roll up handle thing, and you're good to go. But I'm pretty stoked about this. And the reason that I wanted to go with the manual windows was for a couple reasons. One is when I drive these cars, I think a lot of you agree, the reason I like these cars is because you drive them. Especially like a manual transmission. Like, I like driving my car. I like shifting, I like driving, I like feeling the car. And electric windows are kind of that same way to me. So I like feeling it, I like rolling it down, I like the old school feel, but I really like not relying on electronics. If you own these motors, they get super slow, they get tired, they wear out, they're unreliable. So it's nice. Now I just crank this thing with my hand. And you know, when I was taking it apart, like this connector falls off, so it's like the wiring's all, you know, old and not too good. So this probably had taken me 15 minutes maybe to convert this over, taking the door panels off and everything. So I'm super stoked. I like the manual windows. I'm not going to be using these door cards, so I'm not going to be using these ones, which kind of sucks because all the wood in them is in really good shape. But it's got the electrical. So here's where I'm at. These will be the door cards that I do use. And you know, all I got to do is I just got to finish that wood, and then it's game on. Oh, and you know, the other thing I like that I was going to mention is when you go to a manual window, they use this style of handle pull armrest rather than these like big ones. The reason I like that, I can't really show you right now because I don't have seats in. But the reason I like that is because if you look at this side over here, if you get somebody that's bigger and likes to lean back a little bit, the seat gets really close to the top of that armrest. And a lot of times you'll crack that plastic or hurt that plastic. So since I don't have that whole top piece, it gives more room for that seat to lean back, and I don't have to worry about that. So a couple advantages there to go into the manual windows, in my opinion. Maybe you like electric windows. The only downfall I can see is like if I want the back windows rolled down, I can't really do that while driving. I'll have to stop the car and I'll have to unwind them. But again, I might be weird. I kind of like that. I like old stuff. You know, I sat in a new BMW at the dealership not long ago, and it's like they don't have a gauge cluster. There's obviously like no real manual transmissions left. It's just like I don't want like an auto driving car. I mean, I want to drive my cars. I want to roll the windows down. I want reliability. And that's a lot of what the BMWs are to me. So Manual window is an obvious choice. If it wasn't so difficult, I would switch all my cars over. My E21's got them. This E12 will have them. The E24 and E23, I'll just deal with electric because it's too big of a pain. If I had a really cheap, easy source to switch them over to manual, I'd do those too. But so that's what I'm gonna work on till I get my dash stuff. Is I'll work on the manual windows. I'll work on getting these door cards, getting the wood sanded down and situated, and I'll get all my door cards on, and the manual windows all fitted up. So hope you enjoyed it. Make you think about manual windows a little bit.